you once again for making it to this part three of this series. In part two, we looked at how to generate work orders, and how to schedule that work order, complete that work order by the technician, and pass it as posted. In this part three, we're going to be looking at a special area in the field service inventory, the field service journey called product inventory and also warehousing. So I believe this will give us a deeper understanding of how materials are being moved from a warehouse down to a location where it will be used by the technician to fulfill a particular job. So let's get straight into it without wasting much time. Okay, so in our previous video, we were able to apply two products filters to that work order. And as a result of that, if we go into our warehouse, right, which is the main warehouse that we already have in the system, and you go into the product inventory, you get to see something like this. So in our product inventory, we've got a warehouse that has a product, and that product has a -2 quantity. Basically, so as at the time we created that work order, there was no product in the warehouse. What that means is that we are currently deficient or deficit of two products in the warehouse. So this platform or the Dynamics 365 Field Service gives you an added advantage for you to be able to manage your process, inventory, kind of intertwined with the supply chain, kind of thing. So it gives you an opportunity or an ability to track your product, product that is going out of stock, a product I need to reorder, and things like that. So without wasting much time, we need to be able to tackle this. And how do we do this? The first thing we need to do is to make an order for that product. So currently, we don't have a product in our warehouse. We are deficient of two. So what do? We need to use product a purchase order. So we need to create a purchase order. So I've just opened this, the purchase order in here. So let's create a new purchase order because we want to purchase that product and keep it in our warehouse so that we can have it to use when we are doing creating a new work order. So who is the vendor that we are buying from? Um, we can create a new vendor, to be fair. The name of the vendor that creates this would be BBC. BBC Industries. Um, yeah, we can just leave that, to be fair. We just want to have a vendor there. That's the vendor we are buying from. Purchase order date, we want to buy it today. Status of that purchase order, draft, and yeah, so status is there. So we just create this. So we have created a purchase order. Okay. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Let's just follow the process and see where it goes to. So the warehouse that is going to receive this product is our warehouse. We need to state that clearly. The notes, the payment term, the shipping, you know, date expected, today, things like that. Are there any work orders that are currently running on it? We don't want. Who requested this? I just put myself at that. Approved. We could do information like that. So we just leave this. So we have created a purchase order and we are setting the receipt location as this. We need to declare the products that we want. So let's see what we need to do here. It is just before we specify that product. So let's just go through uh, the process flow. Let me specify a product. Just create a new product. So I want to purchase the filter. What quantity do I need? I need 10 of this. Remember, we already have two as deficits. Um, the unit cost of this product, let's say, is 15K. So 10 of them will give us 350K. Um, product associated to this warehouse. We don't want to associate it to any booking or to any work order. So we just want to associate it to that purchase order. So the purchase order is like a document that is usually written by your purchasing or your procurement team. Or in some instances, could be the I don't know, HRO or the business development team, whoever it is that is in charge of procurement. They will normally do this and make that order, send that order out to the vendor, and the vendor processes this. But somebody needs to approve that purchase order. Let's assume I'm the one approving it. Once that approval is done, let's just refresh this. So then that set the status to submitted, you know. So once that product is submitted and approved and submitted, what would you do? You create a receipt for it, right? That's the procurement team. This is what they would normally do. They create a product, a receipt for it. So we'll call it filter purchase receipt. Okay. Uh, let's assume it is received by someone, but we don't want to state the name, ship from this, ship, yeah. So we just save it. So you can go ahead to create the purchase order status, purchase order receipt, things like that. So let's just follow this process. Ship to receive by, we don't want to do that. Let's move to the next. So after submitted, we say uh, product received. So the status can't be changed manually to product received or build. Okay, that's fine. So we need to create a product for it. So we go back here. Come on, let's take me to the backstage. Mhm. So we want to create a new purchase order receipt showing that you have purchased the product, you need a receipt for it. Uh, the receipt product, select that quantity 10, and you have all of these associated, and you save it and close. So we need that receipt to put the purchase order uh, receipt for that. So then, if once we have that, we can then move to the next stage, and you can see product receipt selected. It's telling us now to generate a purchase order bill. So, you have the bill of quantity, bill of sales. The procurement people will have more idea around this. Basically, the bill of quantity and the bill of sales saying that I have received this product. I made an order for this product. I have the receipt for this product. The vendor has delivered. We have the purchase order bill of purchase and a bill of sales. So let's create that. Uh, purchase the receipt. Consider that today shipping amount. Yeah, I could just put £10 in there. Payment 10, whatever you want to do. Invoice number, let's say INC dash whatever you want to do with that. Total amount. We have that, and then you just save it. Now that you have that created, you want to finish that stage, basically. So save and close. And we're back here. Product receive and yield. Okay. So that has been built. So if we go to our warehouse, I'll do a refresh and go to our product inventory, you can see what has happened, right? Remember we had -2 quantity, meaning we had a deficit of 2 products in the warehouse. So the moment we order 10 products, right, it has now cancelled out those 2, showing that we have 2 quantity available. We have 2 quantity on hand. There is currently no order quantity being ordered. There's currently no quantity, allocated to any work order or to any job. Uh, and this is basically the process. This is how you maintain your warehouse, of all the products that you purchase. And feed service gives you that capabilities to be able to do. So feed service gives you the ability to, like I said, to be able to manage this process, right? You could see everything, from how a product is being the purchase order is being raised for a product. This is internal. That should be an internal process of the organization, like I mentioned. There will be a procurement officer or a purchasing officer that is responsible for that, who would generate the PO, sends this to a particular person to approve. And once that is approved and submitted, it is then sent to the vendor. The vendor gets that information, reviews this, then the vendor ships this to a particular address or warehouse address that you must have specified. Uh, yeah, so you can see the ship from. Are you using FedEx? Are you using things like that? You can put those information here. Ship to a particular. Are you shipping it to a site where the job is to be done? Are you shipping it to the organization's location? You want to ship it to a particular service address. It all depends on you, and you can specify. Do you currently have a job that is ongoing? So if there's a job that is currently ongoing and you want part of this product that you want to purchase to be used for that, just specify the work order or the booking for that job, and this gets linked to it. At the end of the day, you can see your product receipt, being generated. You can see your bill of quantity and your bill of sale, things like that. So if I open this all, you can see the information captured in there. At the end of the day, when we went to the warehouse, we could see the information being captured on the warehouse product inventory. So this is how you use this. Now that we have 8 quantities available in the warehouse, we'll now go ahead to retry that process just so you can the work order generation process will start from the very end, just so you can have an idea of how this actually works and how we're going to use this to generate actuals and things like. So yeah, thank you very much for looking at this, to watching this. Continue to watch, view the videos, subscribe, like, comment, share, ask any question, and I will try to give you that clarity that you desire and that you need. If you want to ask more